Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you back to my YouTube channel with another video. So vandaag we are strictly going to look at sectional drawing of engineering graphics and design, not actually engineering graphic design, mechanical drafting and form, this one. However, even there in engineering graphics and design, we are still having the same concept, the same protocol, the same analyzing, the same way you analyze is the same way you are going to do here. You understand? So we are going to do sectional drawing vandaag of this one. So there's a diagram sheet, one attached, shows 3 views of a machine part in first angle orthographic projection. Full stop. So it's very much important to read the question, you understand? So in first angle orthographic projection, we're in diagram sheet 1. So draw to a scale 1:1, and they are still emphasizing in what? In first angle orthographic projection, comma, the following views of this machine part. So it's very much important to analyze. The statement said they are given in first, but when you're reading the question, they might change to be like in third angle orthographic projection. So it's very much important to read and understand the question. Don't jump to views. So 3.1, draw a full front view on the curtain plane AA as seen from the side view. You'll be given 9 marks. A full sectional top view, on the section of on the sectional plane BP as shown in front view. Remember the set side view, which means it's the left view. Front view, then we give it 7. Let's go and look at those views. You understand? So indeed they are given according to first angle orthographic projection, because sometimes again, like as I've said, the question might be like it's given in third, but the question said draw in first. So you can come back, you confirm that indeed they are given according to, there is their symbol. You understand? So there is the symbol of first angle orthographic projection, which means that this is going to be your left, this is going to be your front, this is going to be your top. If you can just put a Cartesian plane here, first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. You understand? So did the question ask you to draw the left view? No. Did the question ask you to draw the left view? Is there any way they are talking about the left view? A full sectional front, a full sectional top. You understand? The question, they are not saying draw the left view. However, it is actually necessary, because you cannot have 2 unknowns. You understand? You must have at least a known one. If I'm saying unknown, you must have 1, 2 to get this, or 1, 2 to get this, 1, 2 to get this, 1, 2 to get that. The main view is always the front view. Back to isometric. Again, when you are given those views, there will be a main view, which is your front view. I'm talking about isometric now. Let's say they say draw this according to first angle orthographic projection in isometrically. The main view, there will be a front view. Back again to perspective drawing. If you are given perspective drawing, the main view there on your perspective drawing, it will be like what? It will be the top view. It will be the top view as well as your right, top view as well as your left, or top view as well as both of them. You understand? So let's start. So another thing that we have to look at here is what? Is that they said to draw this according to first. So which means the left view, my brother, you are going to draw it the way you see it. The left view uzoyidweba njengoba inje. Ayibona. Uzoyidweba njengoba inje, so that you project lines. Once they touch this line of 45 degrees, then you take it towards your top view, so that you're going to get your top view. Okay. So now I can start. So it's actually necessary for me to start a little bit up of my drawing sheet. Before I draw a sheet. You understand? So I'm going to draw a horizontal construction line like this. Then from there, I can draw Okay. Just wipe it. Then I can have a faint line that's going to be like this. So I threw out of dimension. Where these two are actually crossing each other, that's going to be my starting point. Which one? This one. That one. Understand? So from here, I'll record what? I'll come and look at the length. What is the length of your, because we know your top view as well as your front view, they will always share the same length. So from here till here is how much? Is 75 plus 5 millimeter. Don't forget that 5 millimeter. Understand? Because this 75 is actually ending where? Right here. So from here till here is what? It's 5 millimeter. Understand? So with that, from this point, I can simply record the 70. There is my 70. Then the 5 millimeter. There is my 5 millimeter. You understand? After getting that, I can now project this point of mine vertically down. There you go. And then this one. There you go. You get that. Then from there, what is going to happen, my brother? You are going to then say, now after this one, I'm going to space my views with 20 millimeter, which is the orthographic projection law. So where is my 20 millimeter? It's actually ending the right there. So after that, again, I draw a vertical constructional line. There you go. So all these lines that I've drew so far, they are constructional. They are faint in other ways, you understand? Okay, so now, which means from here, coming this side, everything will be recorded. That's where I'll start to draw my left view, you understand? So I started with this corner. From here till here is what is the height, which means it's from here till right there. From here till there is the 20, which is this one. So that one is the 5 millimeter angle, which is that one. I understand. Okay, then after that, why am I forcing myself to start with the left? Because it's actually the one with so many diameter. There were so many diameters. And then I remember I will draw it the way as I can see it, using a scale 1:1. Okay, so now I can start to draw this diameter 60. So diameter 60 divided by 2, you are getting how much? You must always have your calculator by your side. 60 divided by 2. Where's my drawing compass? How much are you getting, TikTokers? You are getting 30 and get. So simply open my drawing compass to 30 millimeter. There is my 30, which is the half of 60 and get. So now I'll come and place it here. I just mark here and I mark right there. You understand? So I simply open my drawing compass, I place it here, I mark and I mark. You understand? So on this one, it's going to give me the what? The horizontal center line. I'm trying to be fast. The horizontal center line. You understand? Then on this one, I'm going to draw the vertical center line. Shorter. It's the center line supposed to be drawn like this. Okay, so now I can come and place my drawing compass right here, further here. Then I draw this one, solid, dark. There you go. Understand? After I've drawn this one, which one is that one, my guy? Is this one, and it. So this I can then followed by what? Diameter 30 is diameter 30, which is the diameter 30C, but and is the depth is what? The depth is what is 6 millimeter times 2. Times 6. Is 6 millimeter deep, which means it's this one. From here till here 6 millimeter. They even showed you. From here till here 6 millimeter, from here to 6 millimeter. Of that one, of what? Of the diameter 30. So if you draw diameter 30, how are you going to draw diameter 30? Simply divide your diameter 30 so that you get radius out. get radius 15. There is my 15. I'm trying to be fast. Then I draw it. So there's my diameter 30, and then second one, diameter 20. 20 divided by 2, so that I get the radius. How much are you getting? 10 millimeter. Open your drawing compass to 10 millimeter, which is this one. I'm getting. Now place it on the very same point. Then you draw. I'm trying to rush. Amazon. This speed of mine is right. Then from there, what can I do now? I have this one. I've already drew this one. So from here till there is how much? Is 60, isn't it? From here till there, going down 60, and then you record another 60. So the second 60 is giving what? That center line. And it. So you can easily come back from this center. Remember, it's actually from the center. And it from here till here, 60. From here till here, 60. Everyone. So there is the first 60. I mark, then going down, the second 60. There it is. Everyone. Then from there, remember the second 60 is giving me what? It's giving me the center. Okay, you understand? So I can draw it as such. Try to be fast. You know the biggest enemy inside the examination center is not the invigilator that will be roaming around, checking you, looking at you, frowning at you. Is actually time. I normally used to say that. So you try by all means to save time. And get it. So on this one, what do I have? I have this one. Constructional line again. Constructional line. So this one's giving me what? It's giving me that one. Understand? So now I can have this one down. I've already took that. Can have this one down. Already took that. Remember, the aim is to draw this left view the way as I can see it. Okay, from there till there is 20 millimeter, which is where the first 60 ended. You understand? Simple, straightforward. Here's the 20. From here to right there, that's the 20 angle. So after I've gotten 20, you can have the horizontal constructional line. So these constructional lines, they are very much important to my brothers. Do you see that I'm actually constructing them towards my front view, so that when I get to complete or to draw the front view, now I won't be recording any dimension behaving horizontal together. So now I can come back and have this one done. From here to there, from here to right there. We are still having a lot to look at, so I'll try by all means to be fast. Okay. So now we have this one. So which means we have to draw diameter 40 and diameter 15. You understand? Wait, right here. So diameter 40. Where is it? It's right here. So diameter 40. Simply open it to 20 and get. There's my 20 right here. It's my 20. Then I can come and place it right here. And then I've thrown it. Then diameter 15. Morning said you off. Okay, I'll reply you later, my brother. I'll reply you later. Okay, so now and then we have diameter what? Diameter 15. So if you have this one, simple, straightforward. You understand? Should you not have it, you continue. 15 divided by 2, that's 7.5. Open your drawing compass to 7.5. If you have your stencil roller, you can just simply look at 15. This 14, there's my 15. Which I will encourage you guys to have. I believe you have it. So simple, straightforward. There you go. Faster. You understand? Then I can then project this vertically up, then project this one vertically up. Right, then double check here, are we given the radius here? Are we given the radius here? If we are not given the radius, we can simply get it. How are we going to get it? Because here we are not given the radius. So the radius is going to be this one. You look at the arc, you see the arc is actually starting to have a turn exactly right from this corner. Exactly from this corner. So it's simple, straightforward to get it. How? I'm going to simply place my drawing compass at this corner from here till right here. Remember, which line is this one? Which line is this one? Which line is this one? It's this one that you just took it up there. You understand? Then from there, I'll come and place it here. Even if you can just place it here, further extend to this one. Then I'll come and mark here. You understand? Where I've just marked, then I can come and just have mark cross here and a mark cross here. So which means I can simply place my drawing compass right here and right there. And get this. There you go. Oh, don't shift. Let me do this. This one is not sharpened here. It's supposed to be sharpened here. So it's gonna keep on giving me incorrect. Oh, I'll firstly mark with this one. Mark here and mark here. You understand? Can erase this one. Remember uniqueness. Erase this one. Simple, straightforward. So where is it now? Okay. Okay, simply place it here, further extend till here. Then I can draw now. There you go. Come and place it here. Further till right there. There you draw. You understand? Then we can come. Have this one solid from here to right there, from here to right there. A1. Then after that, what is going to happen, my brother? What is going to happen? Okay, after this one, we have to draw the supporter. Draw the supporter is of a thickness of 10 millimeter. So 5 this side and 5 this other side. So just place it at 5. Then I mark it 10, I mark it 0. This one you can do it here, you can do it even up there, is still on the same thing. You understand? And have this one faint, this one faint. Then double check your left view thoroughly. This one's going to be solid, so I have to have it solid right there. So right now can have this one solid right there, solid right there. Yes, yeah, my guy, as we're always tired, my guy, we are always tired, you understand? Okay, so now I can come and take all the points that are behaving horizontal. This one is already taken. I'll take this one that goes, this one, all the points that are behaving horizontal, existing on your horizontal component. You understand? This one goes, this one already there, this one already there. You understand? Simple, straightforward. There you go. There you go. There you go. Like there you go. Everyone. So from here till right there is the complete what? Height of our front view. Height of our what? Of our front view. Okay, what is going to happen now? So I'll come and record what? The 5 millimeter. So remember, we started with what? With the 70, which is from here till here, the 70. And then this 70 is actually from where? From here till here. So from here till here is the 5 millimeter. Be careful then. Be careful. So be careful with what? With this one. So from here till here, record 40 millimeter. So now when you draw your front, you must be quicker, faster than before when you were drawing your left view. So it's 40. So record the 40 way the what you call the 5mm was ending. So from here till 80, I have what a solid line, which one is that one from here till here. You understand? Maybe before I even start to draw the left, let me have the cutting plane. Let me have the cutting plane, which is this one. Double check the what? The arrows. I normally used to say we draw what is being pointed by an arrow. So whatever that is beyond the cutting plane, we consider it as an offcut. So there is the cutting plane that they are talking about. A, and get A. So this A is actually pointing at your what? At your right, at your front view. That is why when you read the question, I said to draw a full sectional front on the cutting plane A. You understand? As seen from your side view, which is your left view, and then from there. So now you have to draw the outside part of that particular item that they said is going to be in section. Let me give you a hint. When you approach sectional drawing, first of all, draw the outside part. The outside part. If I'm saying the outside part, which part is that one? You understand? We started from here till here, which is 40. So go down. The outside part of it. Once you're done with the outside part of it, then you can come back to exercise the law of sectional drawing. The laws of sectional drawing. Like which one? This one that it says the hidden line, they become dark. The solid line, they disappear. So that you don't even draw them. Do you see how did we start it? We didn't start it by drawing the front. As much as it can look like that you have to simply start with the front. You understand? So what is we are drawing the front? We are also tracing the cutting plane, so that those lines that they are going to disappear, we don't even draw them. Remember, the biggest enemy inside your examination center is time. So I'm simply saying to you, the hidden line, you're going to end with them, and the inside lines are going to end with them. So now from here till here is 40. So from here till here, can't you see what this one from here till here is actually corresponding with that one? Understand? I'm trying to be fast. Let's go. We don't have time. There it is. Solid. And then from there, what do I see? Where are you now? It's good as if I'm right there. So I'll go inside with that 5mm. Remember, we've already recorded it. You simply go in. You understand? Then where are you? We are already here. So from here till down. This one down till way corresponding with this one. You've already, there is no need for you to record and be like, hey, from here till there is how much? No, you've already constructed the constructional line. So from here till here, my brother, it's going to be that one. So which one is that one? So which means it's this one. And get. So I must have a solid line till right there. Someone is saying this is very simple. My guy, this can be simple to you, but to somebody else it's not simple. You understand? So don't ever underestimate any drawing actually, because you might be thinking that you know it, only find that of course is the one that you did it, but the question is now asking you in different manner. You understand? So that is why it's very much important to read the question. Don't just look at it and be like, this one I know it. Read the question and be like, what are they asking you to do about it? It might look simple, it might look familiar, but go back to the question. Okay, let's go. So now from here till there, do I have that dimension? I'll simply say from here till there is 20, so that I'll easily get that one. 20mm from where? From right here. From here till there. Remember, we started with this one. So there's my 20mm. So I can have this one till at 20. A1. And then from there, this is the new point that is behaving vertical it's necessary for me to construct it. Even that one of 40, that one, take it vertically down. So the moment you construct it vertically down, it's going to help you when you're now drawing your top view. You understand? So now, where are we? We are right here. From here till here is going to be solid. I'm trying to be fast. This is mechanical drafting N4 because we've been taught sectional drawing right from grade 10 or right from N1. N2, they've been this topic. N3, there's been this topic. Now you're doing it in N4. You understand? So now it's going to be solid dark from here till right there. Then I have this one. From here till there, which is which one, my guy? Which is this one from here till there. So I'm gonna go up from here till right there, which will correspond with that one. Which point is this one? Trace it. There it is, there it is, there it is, which means right there. I'm gonna go up until at that point. Simple, straightforward. You understand? Okay, so now what is going to happen now? They said from here till here is 5, of which is what we've already dealt with that. Where your 5 end begins or what? 10 millimeter. Get it. From here, there is my 10 millimeter. So now I can simply close it right this. There. So this is my new point that is behaving vertical. So it's necessary for me to construct it vertically down. Vertically down. There you go. So that is going to give me something when I'm now drawing my top view. Okay. So now check this other side where your 40 is ending. Go down up until you at that point. And get, so which means it's that one. Solid, simple, straightforward. You understand? I said to you we are starting with the outer parts. So from here till there, somebody might be like, which angle was that one? It's not at an angle. We are joining 2 points. When you join 2 points, you use this type of a ruler, 30 millimeter ruler. Good. So which is that one? Right there. Okay. Right. Then when I'm at this point, that's when I can begin to trace the cutting plane. Just give a zoom out a little bit. I can begin to trace the cutting plane. So if they say by tracing the cutting plane of AA, so you must ask yourself, Oguti, what is this in here? 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 Everyone, once you begin to understand that, you'll never go wrong. You understand? What is this in your left? You understand? Because actually this is one thing. This is the front view, which means if this is your front view, it's looking at you, my brother. It's looking at you, this front, as much as you are looking at it. Now, when you take a look on this front view, on this direction, I'm lying, not this direction, because when I'm looking at this direction, it's right view. I must look at it at this direction, which is my left hand side. I'm going to see something of this nature. Are we together? If you are looking at this front of view of yours on your left hand side, you're going to see something of this nature. Because if you're looking at this front view of yours on your right hand side, which means this was going to be hidden. You understand? So this is your front. When you're taking a look on this front view of yours on this side, you're going to see something of this nature. So begin to understand that when you are tracing your cutting plane, so that you know what is this in here. You understand? Okay. Now, if I'm having a hole like this, I'm having this like that, and then when I'm taking a closer look there by my left, I'm having hidden details there, which means this is the hole throughout. You understand? So the hacksaw will start to cut this AA from here till here, the hacksaw blade. From here till here, it's a hole. It's not going to cut anything. And remember that you cut I mean, you section or you hatches where the hacksaw or blade was cutting. You understand? So from here till here is the hole. Your hacksaw won't be cutting anything. So it will start to cut there. Do you see that I'm actually tracing it on my left view? What is I want to section the front? You understand? It will go, it will go, it will go, it will go, it will go. It's going to come across with the supporter. However, it's still cutting it along its height. You understand? Go, 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 go. From here till there, from here till there is going to be a hole that is going to be a 6 millimeter deep, isn't it? But when you get inside, there is another hole of diameter 20. So in other ways, you can see this hacksaw was still active. The blade was still cutting from here till here. But from here till there is what is the hole. So from here till there, it will cut, then it will separate. So whatever that is beyond the cutting plane AA, you consider it as an offcut. You understand? Assuming maybe there was a handle here, you understand? Won't even mind about throwing it, because would have said it's beyond the cutting plane. It has been out with an offcut. Then we throw what is being pointed by an arrow. You understand? So in other ways, the hacksaw cut it from here till here. So when you trace this gap from here till here, when you trace this gap, it's supposed to be in sectioning. From here till here, didn't cut it. When you trace again this gap, it's not supposed to be in sectioning. So from here till right there, when you trace this gap, you must be having hatches, you understand? So you must have strong point to rely on. Another point, we do not cut a supporter when it's cutted along its height or along its length. Should it be cutted across its height or across its length, that's when you're going to section. If, look at your cutting plane, I want to explain this supporter thing. BP, the cutting plane BP. Assuming this BP was somewhere here, do you see that it was going to be disturbing your support? Which means this BP was going to cut your supporter, then that supporter was going to be in sectioning. You understand? But if it's cutting it along its height, remember from this is your front, this is your left, so from here till here is the height. So from here till here is still the same height, because the front as well as the left, or the front as well as the right, they always share the same what? Height. And then the front as well as the top, they will always share the same length, because from here till here is the length. Should I want a dimension from here till here? It's not given. I'll simply go and look at it there by my front or my top. You understand? Okay. So now, if we are tracing further, go on from here till here, we won't even mind about drawing it. From here till here, it will disappear. Remember, we draw to expose the inside view. We draw the inside view now. When we cut like this, then these two, we separate. It will be two pieces. We throw away this one, then you view this one. Remember, this is your left angle. Where is this front view on your left view? Is this direction. Is this direction. Where is your front view in your left view? Is this direction. So we draw what is being pointed by an arrow. So from here till here, you won't even draw it. All of this one, my brother, is going to change solid. Change solid. And do not cram and be like hidden line, they become dark, dark line, they disappear. Sometimes hidden line, they also disappear. You understand? Sometimes hidden line, they also disappear. Sometimes again, the solid line, they remain solid. You understand? Sometimes the hidden, the solid line, they remain like that. So what is very much important is to trace the cutting plane. My brother, this is mechanical drafting info. Guys, I cannot be, some of your comment, I want to see them because I'm actually concentrating on the paper other than on the screen. Okay, I'm talking with TikTokers. All right, let's continue. So like as I was saying, from here till you don't draw it, then this one will remain from here till there. Let's go. Solid line from here, and then simple, straightforward. There you go. You understand? So this one is going to change to be solid. It's going to be dark till here. going to be dark. Let me confirm that. Remember, from here till here, they said 6 millimeter, 6 millimeter, 6 millimeter. Before even spoil my work, so I'll comb this side and record the 6 millimeter. This is 5. I'm looking for 6. I mark it 6. This is 6. There it is. I mark it 0. Okay, so I'll just have a vertical constructional line going down till at your space, of your what? Of your top view. So now I know what it will start to be dark from here till where my 6 end and get, which is this one and that one. And then even up there. There you go. There you go. Then from there we are going to have this one solid from here to right there. Solid. Solid. Okay. The inner one, which is diameter 20, is going to be solid there. Simple, straightforward. There. Right. So I'll come back and record this one and not record and double check. Okay, we said this one is going to be cutted, which means this one must be what? Solid as well. It's going to be this one. Solid right here. And solid right there. Then once we are to such an extent, we're done with what? With the front view. So we have to draw the top view. So just come and extend this line. Go just a little bit down. And this one a little bit down. So this is going to be my very last point, that is at the what? Is at the bottom right hand corner of my front view. So I'll take angle 45. Angle 45. Then from there I'll have to have this one. The way I've mounted my drawing sheet. There you go. Angle 45. Extend it just a little bit. And then from there, I'm going to construct all the points behaving vertical right from my front view. They're already there. Just this one. There it goes. Then now all the points on my left view. Because when we draw the third view, we don't record any dimension. So once it touch there, they're supposed to be projected horizontally towards the left hand side. There it goes, already there. This one already there. This one, there it goes. This one, there it goes. This one, there it goes. As well as your supporter, your center as well. Doesn't change its state. Go there. Then you come to this supporter of the other side. There you go. Then you come to this one. There you go. I go up there now. I come here. Then I come to this one. Come to this one. So once they touch the line of 45 degrees, you simply project them horizontally. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. So it's actually necessary to have constructional lines. Sometimes they would even tell you, show all the what? The constructional line. The constructional line. Because we answer using constructional line. You understand? We record dimension, then you get points, then you construct. Then this one is going to be what? Center. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. I have to extend this one just a little bit. Even this one just a little bit. Hey, one. There you go. There you go. Okay. So now, come back to your question. The set what? A full section. Because we can actually there was no need for them to give us the what? The cutting plane of AA, because they would have just say a full sectional front view. You must know where was the cutting plane. You understand? So on this one, even if we cannot go to the question, we can be able to interpret the question by looking into the cutting plane. You see, so these arrows are actually pointing down. They talk about the top view angle. So they talk about a full sectional cutting, full sectional top view. So this PP is actually, I normally like it to point it like this till, yeah. I normally like it to cover up what to call the whole space of that particular view. B. You understand? I don't actually like it to start here. I normally like to start it to cover up the whole particular view, so that we will know when we are tracing the cutting plane, will be like the hexo blade from here till here was not cutting anything. You understand? From here till here was not cutting anything, which means this gap, my brother, go down up until at your top view. You mustn't have hatch. So trace it how? From here till here. This we mustn't have any hatch here. Up until here. You mustn't have any hatch here because the hexo didn't cut at anything. So the hexo was active cutting. Excuse me. Actually from here till right there. You understand? So the way they position it might I don't like it. How about this gap from here till there? You understand? So then let's section it. So let's draw the top view. So the simplest thing here, when you draw the missing view, I know it's used to be a challenge, especially in this level, mechanical drafting and form, sectional drawing, in third angle orthographic projection. It used to be a disaster. So you firstly draw what is going to be exposed in your hatches. You understand? How? Look at this one, my guy. I want to trace this point. I want to trace this point. Is it zoom out? I want to trace this point. This point, there it goes, there it goes, there it goes, there it goes, there it goes. Is this one, isn't it? So I'm looking for a line that is going to collide with this point. Where we are saying the hexo started to cut is this one. From here till here, there it goes, which is the center. There it goes, there it goes, there it goes, there it goes, there it goes. Must come. There it goes, there it goes, there it goes, which is that one. You understand? So, which is the center. Let me extend this one just a little bit till down there. There you go. Simple, straightforward. Okay. So now, when I trace this part, I'll then go up till here. Because even if you can say you go down till here. So go up. Once it touch here, gonna go. Once it touch here, gonna go. There you 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 go. Up until at this point. Remember, we said from here till right, till at the center, isn't it? So Then I can remember we went like this. They go, they go, they go, they go, they go. I'm now teaching you how to trace a cutting plane. I've seen some comments, people, they say, teach me or explain how do you trace the cutting plane. You understand? So you can trace the cutting plane into so many ways. So now we went like this. So once I get there, I can then go, come back and come like this. They go, they go, they go, they go, they go, up until at the very same what? At the very same point. So from here till here, without fear or favor, I must have it dark. From here till right there. So why? Because when you look at the cutting plane of BP is situated in your front view. This BP, my brother, it can be still situated in your what? In your very same left view. It can be still here. It will be still one and the same thing. It will be still talking about the full sectional front view. You understand? So that is why we trace it like this. You understand? So go back to your front view again. So the hexo started to cut from here till right there. And it. So which one is this? That goes, trace it, trace it, trace it, which is this one. And it, which is this one. So which means I can have it solid again from here to right there. Solid from here to right there. Solid. Okay. So now if this hexo started to cut from here till there, which means again here I can have this one. This one. You'll understand it nicely when you're tracing it there by your what? There by your what? Your left view. You would have said it started to cut from here till there. And get. So this one is this one. Then from here that goes, once it touches there, goes vertical down 45 degrees, which means I must have this one solid. There you go. A1. Then from there you come back and be like this depth of diameter 20 and diameter 30. It was disturbed. It was disturbed. So it was cutted. It will be well exposed. You understand? So which is which one? Remember you are still having this, which is this one. It's going to be well exposed now. So let me explain this one. Double check. Let me bring it out just a little bit. Do you see that we are having a hidden line from here till the, remember Uti, this is your top view, and it this hidden line from here till right there. It's talking about which one? It's talking about this one. It's talking about this one. You understand? So I'm trying to emphasize the point that people, they know Uti hidden line, they become dark. I'm simply saying it's not always like that. So this one is going to disappear. This is a hidden line, my brother. It's going to disappear. This is the hidden line. This is the hidden line, my brother. It's going to disappear. We've got this hidden line. We've got this hidden line. This one talks about that. This one talks about that. That thickness of 10 millimeter. You understand? So don't claim and be like hidden lines, they always become that. It's not always like that. Simply search or simply trace the cutting plane. So this hidden line, my brother, is going to disappear. This one is going to disappear. You understand? So these ones, they will remain like that because the hexo was not disturbing them. Didn't remember we analyzed that before. Didn't even it was below the cutting plane because this is actually that. Do you see that the cutting plane is up there? It's a little bit up there. Everyone. So this is going to change dark, 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 solid, solid. How do you get it then here? We won't even record any dimension. You understand? So I'll get it like this. Come back to your front. I'll trace it. That goes. Once it touch here, gonna go this side. Remember, I started here. Trace it. That goes. Once it touch here, comes this side. That goes. That goes. That goes. That goes. That goes. Once it touch 45 degrees, gonna go. Which means it's that one. Intersecting with what? Why am I saying it's this one? Because it's intersecting with this one. going vertically down, vertically down, vertically down. You understand? Everyone. So to get the other one, remember you started with this one. You went like this. Then from there you came like this. Then, which means when you're looking for the other one, you have to go the other way around. If you don't want it like that, you can still come back and trace it like this. From there, once it cuts there, goes there. From there, goes vertically down. Trace it, trace it, trace it, trace it. If they are confusing you, you can still use your set squares as well as your t-square. From there, that goes, that goes, that goes. So which means it's that one. You understand? So which means this point from here till here, I can now have it solid. From here to right there. Simple, straightforward. Everyone. Then now come back to top view. So, or front, not top. So from here till right there, which is which one? There it goes, 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 there it goes. So, which means I'm going to have a point there, go down, and point right there. Everyone. Then I be having the same point. Same point, solid like this. Everyone. Then from there, as much as I can see it right from my front view, and then it's closed, which means even here, it will be just closed like this. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Everyone. So you can actually see your top view is coming small. You understand? So now what is going to happen, my brother? So we are going to have this one. As much as you can see, it's dark there. So trace it. There you go. There you go. Once you get here, come back. There you go. There you go. It's the inner one. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Once you touch here, be careful. Once you touch there, it's going to be this one. So I mark it. It's going to be solid from here to right there. You can have it right solid. Anyway, to get the other one, remember it was this one. So now it's going to be that one. Once it touches there, goes to the vertical center line. Once it touches the vertical center line, trace it down, trace it down, trace it down. That goes until it touches 45. Gonna go horizontally, which means point there and the point right there. You understand? Then this is the only part that is going to be in sectioning. This is the only part that is going to be in sectioning. You understand? But then this other part from here till here, it will be now the bottom part. It's going to be the bottom part till right there. Even this one till right there. Do you see that when you are drawing the third view, we don't record any dimension? You understand? Till right there. We don't record any dimension. You understand? So now this one is going to remain as an hidden. But if the question said do not show hidden details, when I show them, they will penalize you. If the question was saying no hidden details is necessary, which means should you expose them, you are not going to penalize. Should you not expose, you are not going to get penalized. You understand? So this is going to remain the way as it is, my brother. This one. You understand? So now trace it there. It is from here, which means it's going to be hidden from here till that. Which one? That one. And it. Once it touches there, comes this side. Once it touches there, trace it this side, which means it's this one. Hidden. Then this hole, which is that one, it will be still exposed, hidden. There it goes. Trace it. Trace it. Once it touches there, that goes, which means it's that one. From here to right there. Remember, I trace it like this. That goes, and it. Now I'll come and then go, there you go. From there, they go, which means that one with that one. You understand? So these are all these hidden details. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. Then this supporter, we're still going to see it clearly. We are not even going to record any dimension. Remember, we've projected their constructional line, which is this one. There it goes, there it goes, there it goes, there it goes. It's the first one away from the center, so which means it's that one. Then go back again. We just took this one, take now this one. There you go. There you go. It's the first one from the center, which is that one. Understand? And it's actually starting from here till here, and it. So you trace that one, trace this one. So it's going to be solid from here till right there. From here till right there. From here till right there. One. So then we have to section. Where's my 45? So we have to section. So remember that this is not assembled drawing. This is not assembled drawing. Your hatches of your top view as well as your front view, they must be in the same direction, equally spaced, because this is the one thing. It's not different items. You get what I'm trying to say. It's one item, if I can call it like that. So I'll start right here, sectioning the what? The top. They're supposed to be equally spaced, same direction. So there you go. You only section where the hacksaw cut it. There you go. Do you see now? There in your front view it's already coming. You understand? Be careful. So you don't section here, which means they won't be sectioning. There you go. This one is still out. This one. Remember, your hatchy is always start from a solid line to a solid line. When you section from a solid line. If I'm saying from solid to solid, you understand? So you don't say, assuming there was a solid line along this hatch, I should have get rid of that solid line. We don't section on top of a solid line. We do not section on top of a chain line or a hidden line. You understand? Whether that's hidden line supposed to disappear or is supposed to change dark. You understand? So we section from a solid to solid. You understand? But we do section on top of what? Of a center line. Equally spaced. There you go. There you go. There you go. Do you see? I'm actually sectioning them simultaneously. I think that was the last line there by our. Okay, this is going to be the last. Hey, one. Simple, straightforward. On another point that I didn't emphasize is this one. Double check there your front view. We said from here till here it will disappear, and it again from here till here it will disappear. That is why I didn't draw it here. And it should you draw it mistakenly, you're supposed to erase it. Go. There you go. There you go. So my hatches, they cannot enter here. They cannot enter here. You understand? So bear it in your mind, we do not section on top of a solid line. I would like to emphasize that. You're going to see a student having a hatch like this. Even on top of feathering. You understand? I don't know each other. I don't want to spoil my work. It's very wrong. Erasing. It's very wrong. You rather section on a wrong place, but not on top of a solid line. You understand? When we mark, we check such kind of understanding that it does a student understand that we rely to keywords before we even check the hatches. What is it correctly sectioned? You understand? We check those strong points to say that does this learner understood the protocol or the way you approach your section. You understand? We don't section on top of a solid line. We do not section on top of a chain line. You understand? And if the question say a full, it doesn't mean that everything is going to be in full. You simply trace the cutting plane. So I did explain at the beginning of the lesson that it's a supporter. This supporter, it was cutted, of course, there by your cutting plane AA. But however, it was cutted along its length. Should it be cutted across its length, assuming this BP was somewhere here, it was going to be in sectioning here. It was going to be in hatched here. It was going to be hatched here. You understand? So, but it's going to remain like that. So let's continue to finish the lesson. Simple, straightforward. This was actually too cheap for a drafting learner. This is more like grade 11. EGT, grade 11. There you go. There you go. My drawing table is old now. So what is happening? There you go. There you go. Go. Yes, there you go. So they didn't ask you anything about the left view. So that was it. So thank you very much. That was engineering, graphics, and design. Why do I always say that? This was mechanical drafting info. Mechanical drafting info. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. That was Mr. Nkosi for engineering, graphics, and design. But today we're looking at mechanical drafting info. Okay. So see you later. Please don't forget to support the channel by subscribing and like the video you are watching. See you on the next video. Bye. Thanking. Okay, I'm left with TikTokers. So TikTokers, I'm sorry guys, I could not be able to answer some of your